All right, fellas, let's talk. Let's talk. This may be a question that never goes away, to be honest. People always ask me this shit. And the question is, how often can I have a cheat meal? Like, I'm starting my diet tomorrow. Like, can I have a cheat meal at the end of the week? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, let me tell you one thing, all right? You're currently fat as fuck, right? Because you ate way too many cheat meals. 99% of your diet last year was literally cheat meals. You had a cheat day every single day except probably like 3 days last year. That means that all these cheat meals, all these cheat days are what caused you to gain the fat. So why do you want to do something that makes you lose fat and then at the end of the week have a day or a meal that makes you gain fat? That's two different identities. You can't have two different identities. If you want to get to your new goals, you got to kill your old self. All right, you got to destroy your old self, and you got to become your new self. All right, it's an identity shift. When you are the healthiest version of yourself, you're not looking for cheat meals. You're not looking at food as reward. Right? The very concept of having a cheat meal is looking at food as a reward. All right, I used to work in detoxes, like I told you guys all the time. So this would literally be like if someone is getting off of alcohol, right? Their cows and their, they're getting off alcohol and opiates, and their cows and their CWA is finally within normal limits, right? They're doing really good, right? They're withdrawing very fine. They're not having seizures. They're feeling really good. They're like, wow, I'm really proud of myself. I've really done good these past 14 days. And then you're like, you know what? I'm very proud of you. Let's go out and have drinks and have some heroin. Do you say that? No, because you know that that's going to start the cycle of the addictive process again. That's exactly how sugar, it's exactly how food works on your brain. You get that dopamine hit, and then your tolerance goes up and up and up over time. If you can eat one Skittle, right, and be fine, then there wouldn't be obesity in this country. Majority of people wouldn't be obese. But that's not how that shit works. You eat one Skittle, you want 2 Skittles. You eat 2, you want 4. You eat 4, you want 16. Have 16, you want like 256. Shit like that. And then you want 3 bags of it. Like, you might have started, most people that are out of shape, right? It started with just having half a cheeseburger. Then it turned into 1. Then it turned into a cheeseburger and fries. Then it turned into 2 cheeseburgers and 2 fries. That's how it starts. It starts with just 1. All right. So you really have to make sure that you're realizing this. So generally, if someone were to actually have a cheat meal once a week, it would end up being 2 cheat meals, 3 cheat meals. Now, before the people who come on here and say, if you're 350 fucking pounds and you're eating 2,500 calories a day, you're already under eating. So if you throw in a cheat meal, you're still going to lose fat. You have way more flexibility if you're 400, 350 pounds. I'm talking about if you're like 25% body fat trying to get to 10. If you're 350 plus pounds, you're already like 50% body fat. So you could pretty much eat whatever and still lose weight, but losing fat is going to be a different thing as well, right? And generally, like I said, when you're having these cheat meals, it's going to cause you to crave those foods more, because the more of those foods you incorporate, the more of them you'll want. All right. Ironically, when you get super lean, like around 10% body fat, you can have refeed days, you can have cheat meals, cheat days, all those things. But since you're so locked in on your lifestyle and you've made it a habit and you've made it a lifestyle, you want cheat days less than the person who's just beginning. Because generally when you're just beginning in your journey, of course you want cheat days, you want cheat meals because you're so used to that. Right? So you don't want to start doing what you need to do to become the healthiest version of yourself unless you get a guarantee of doing things that the unhealthiest version of yourself did. Which, when you really think about that, you're like, wow, that's the goofiest shit of all time. The reason you are where you are, the reason you have type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood pressure, high cholesterol is because of your bad eating habits. All right. Now, I see a lot of people on the Stairmaster, on the treadmill. They do way more than I do in there. But guess what? Their cholesterol's higher, their blood pressure's higher because of what they're fucking eating. All right. So trying to eat the foods that are bad for you are not going to make you the best version of you. Very simple. However, you need to change the way you look at food in general. Like I said, if you want to reward yourself with a cheat meal, that means you look at food as a reward. Food is fucking fuel. Stop looking at food as a reward. Stop doing that shit. Food is an event and reward, a hobby. Stop looking at it like that. All right? Because if you look at food as comfort, as a reward, you're always going to be out of shape. Because best believe, leanest people do not look at food as a reward. They just don't. If they did, obviously, they would be literally a victim to food. All right, you have control over food. Don't let food have control over you. That's number 1. Number 2 is the gym isn't somewhere where you burn fucking calories. The gym is somewhere where you build muscle. You burn calories at rest. You burn calories with NEAT. You burn calories by eating. You burn calories, just like I said, just at rest. Your basal metabolic rate. Cool. The gym is not somewhere you try to burn extra calories because you keep eating like shit. You'll never get to your goals that way and you'll be frustrated. You'll be like, I'm working so hard. Yeah, you're working hard, but you're not working right. You're doing dumb shit. If you're working hard at what doesn't work, you're wasting fucking time. All right, so stop saying, oh, I'm working hard, I'm on the treadmill. You're a dumbass, all right? Stop working out on the treadmill and then eating cookies. It doesn't work. If you do 30 minutes on the treadmill, maybe you burn 200 calories if you're lucky. Congratulations. That cookie that you just ate has 1,000 fucking calories. All right. And you're not eating any protein, obviously. If a cookie's part of your diet, you're not eating any protein, you're eating too much sugar, processed sugar, you're eating too much fat. All right. So the answer to your question, can I have a cheat meal every day? The answer is fuck no. You had enough cheat meals, and that's how you're above 20-25% body fat. If you're above 15% body fat, honestly, you've had enough cheat meals. All right. Generally, when you're trying to get to your goals, you're trying to become a new person, you're trying to establish new habits. If you keep incorporating things that are of your old identity, your old habits, how can you incorporate old habits and become a new person? It doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like you saying you're trying to move on from your ex, but you're still watching all her stories. You're still texting her every day. If you were really trying to move on from her, right, you would block her, stop texting her, and then actually focus on yourself and see what you really want and see why that went wrong and become a better person. That's what would happen. All right. You don't say you want to get over your ex and you're still simultaneously texting her. It doesn't make any fucking sense. All right. You don't say that you don't want to become, that you want to stop drinking liquor, but after 7 days, you reward yourself with a shot of liquor. It's just going to start the process again. Literally. That's what happens with these cheat meals. You're like, you know what? Let me just have a cheat meal. I did good for a week. This is your first week doing good and you want a cheat meal. Doesn't make any fucking sense. All right. Now, the refeed days and all that other stuff, that is necessary once you get leaner, but most people I talk to and majority of the population is not even close to that. So that doesn't even fucking apply. All right. When you get to the bodybuilding side and like the lean side and like the show day sides, people who are doing like men's physique and shows and stuff like that, yeah, they get super lean. Yeah, they could have cheat meals, cheat days, and cheat. They could have a fucking cheat week. But the reason they can is because 95% of the time they're lean, their foundation, their mindset, their identity is the leanest version of themselves, and they're like literally below 10% body fat. So you have to know where you are before you compare yourself to others. Stop being 40% body fat and comparing yourself to someone who's fucking 8%. That shit's dumb as hell. Like, well, he has a cheat day. Well, yeah, that's what you eat every fucking day. They haven't eaten that in like a year. Shit's dumb as fuck, bro.